Hey everyone, how you guys doing? All right, so I have the two oils here. This I just bought this today, the Castrol Edge, and this is the Kirkland full synthetic 020 that is in the engine right now in the CRV and the Civic actually. And I'm having some valve tick on the CRV. One of the YouTubers, I posted a video asking what you guys think it might be and for some help. And it could be the serpentine belt or the fan belt or some sort of belt or thing that is making that type of noise, right? Tick, 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 basic sound that goes up with the RPM. So it could be that, but I think it might be the valves, right? So maybe it needs the adjustment, but before that, I want to see if it's actually the oil, right? I've since did a bit of research. There's a site called Bob's the Oil Guy, and another guy actually, or another poster actually said that the Kirkland has this weird smell. And there's another YouTube channel that did some testing on with the Kirkland and Mobile One and a few different brands. I think the full synthetic, what's that one? The very popular full synthetic, very expensive oil. And anyways, he said that the Kirkland has this weird burnt smell. And so I took a sniff of that stuff, and it does actually have a bit of a weird smell. Yeah, it has a bit of a weird smell. I can't put my finger on it, but it does smell a little bit strong, funky. So the reason why I got the Castrol instead of the Pennzoil, because the Pennzoil ran very well in this engine, right? So number one, Castrol has a rebate right now, and it was on sale as well. So it wasn't that expensive, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drain this, put it into a container, save it, a clean container, save it, and then I'll put it back into the bottle and mark it that I have about I'll read it. It's probably about 1,000 kilometers on there, under 1,000. So I'll mark it and save it. So I'm not gonna throw it away, or I might just use it as an engine flush type of thing. If when I put the Castrol Edge in there, and if it doesn't, fix it, then I know that the is not the oil, obviously, right? So on the Civic, the other thing is that the Civic has a little bit more of a rougher idle. Seems a little bit shakier, right? But anyways, for what that's worth, I'm gonna test the CRV first. So the other thing is that I wanted to get this oil because this is not like Pennzoil, which is derived from natural gas, right? I don't think that the Castrol is natural gas derived. So the smell is different for sure. Yeah, anyways, what I'm gonna do later on as a separate video is to pour some of this Kirkland into a new container, like a clear cup, and then the Castrol, and put it side by side, and that'll be a good test for that. So anyways, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the oil change. I've done the oil change video on the CRV and the Civic already, so I'm not gonna go through all that, but I'm gonna jack it up, drain it. Not gonna change the oil filter. I have a Baldwin oil filter in right now, and it only has like, under 1,000 kilometers on there, so there's no point in changing that. So I'm gonna fill up about 3 liters. It takes about 3.5, but because the oil filter is still in, so I'm gonna just go to 3 liters and then top it off if I need to, right? The other thing I wanted to mention is that I want to actually use this oil. It's less expensive, from Costco, is readily available, and it seems to have some good results and reviews on from users online and YouTube. So I want to use it actually, and it's not as if this is a race car, right? This CRV, the 1.5T, is certainly basically an economy type of, good performance economy car, right? So this should be sufficient. This Kirkland Signature full synthetic oil. It has all the proper ratings on there for, here's all the ratings, ILSAC GF6A, that's the important one, I guess. And that is the latest, newest test and certifications, right? So it should work, right? And the other thing is I have another 4 bottles of this stuff, and I already purchased it, so I really want this to work. So you guys, don't get me wrong. I just want to do this so that I know for myself that going a little bit of trial and error. And of course, you guys are probably thinking, maybe just bring it to the dealership. But if you guys ever dealt with the dealership with these type of things before, if they know that you've been changing your own oil and all sorts of different things, and they see a Baldwin filter in there instead of their OEM ones, right? They're gonna say, well, we have to change your oil first, or some stupid thing, because the oil dilution thing that I've brought it in for, I mean, they just put me in a tailspin, sort of saying, it's not a problem, basically. And I've asked about the engine ticking noise before on the CRV, and they said basically it's not a problem, right? And I'm sure you guys have had that type of same experience with the dealerships. They really don't want to fix anything unless they have to, right? Always the case. Until the warranty is out, then if they, if you're paying for it, then they want to do it, right? I won't get into it, but the reason why that is because the mechanics actually get paid differently if it's a warranty thing versus if it's Honda is paying for it versus if you're paying for it. They get billed differently, meaning that they get paid differently. There's actually a YouTuber online that talks about this, and maybe I'll put a link to his stuff, but it's actually really interesting. You guys may not know about it, but yeah, it's very interesting. Like, literally, they get paid different for different types of things they do, whether it's warranty related or if it's getting paid out of pocket from the the customer sort of idea, right? So anyways, I'm gonna go do the oil change, and hopefully I get good results. I'll record the drive and go from there. All right, one more thing I wanted to mention is that you guys seen my video on the GDI IVD cleaning, right? This using the CRC stuff. So I did do the valve clean, then the oil change, right? And then I started getting that really more pronounced ticking noise, right? So I'm not ruling out that it was the CRC cleaning, meaning maybe the valves were really dirty and it loosened up the bunch of carbon and went through into the engine, and then the oil change didn't clean it all out, right? That's possible. I'm not ruling that out. Just a quick note there. Right, as you guys can see, there's no oil leaks or anything like that. Baldwin filter is there, secure. And I have this new container that I'm going to put everything in. You can see the oil, it's being filled up there. So you can see the oil is not very dirty. You can see through it, so certainly not that bad. Just gonna take a whiff of it. Actually, the oil smells fine. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no gas smell in there. So anyways, that's where I'm at. So here are all the bolts for holding that cover for oil change. You remove the cover, and then that way you can do the oil change. But there's a bunch of quick release ones again, and this one, there's actually 3 of these screws, and basically one of them is missing. I must have not torqued it up high enough. So quick note, make sure you torque these up well, right? So I need to find a replacement, and luckily I keep these screws from over the years, and I found one that would fit. Exactly the same size. Might need to put a washer on there to sort of, hold it in at the same size. But anyways, yeah, I'm glad I found one there. Put a washer on there, and then at least I don't have to go to the Honda and pay $20 for one of these things. All right, so the oil is drained now, and Because this is a 5-liter bottle, I'm gonna go ahead and pour in 3 liters to make up for the drain and fill idea that I've just done for the drain. So let's see, so here is, that's 5 liters, so I'm gonna go all the way down to 2 right here, right? So, and you guys can take a look at the way the oil looks. Nice golden hue to that. Just make sure there's no issues. All right, so I'm gonna keep going until there's 2 liters left. Oh, I'm at 3 right now, so about 1 more liter. Two and a half. And a little bit more. All right, so that's about 2 liters. All right, all back together, and no oil drips or anything like that. All right, so I'm ready to go for the drive, and wish me luck. All right, I thought I'd do a cold remote start. Sounds okay so far. Anyways, I'll take you guys for a drive. Excuse the dust on the screen, but it's 38,344 kilometers. That way I know how many kilometers was on the Kirkland oil too, and I just changed it again right now, right? So that's where it is at. All right, so for first overall impressions, seems like it's quieter, but I'm gonna reserve my opinions for maybe a few 100 kilometers maybe, or at least 50 anyway. I still hear the clicking. However, the engine is still not fully warm. You guys might hear that actually, that clicking. This road here is very smooth. And obviously right now is very quiet. There's no other cars. I'm on a very smooth road. So typically this is when I will hear it the most. When there's traffic, it's very hardly noticeable. I turn the music on, obviously it's gone, right? So maybe I should just go back to listening to my loud music, right? But you know, it bothers me that the clicking is there. It might be better actually, but obviously I just changed it, right? So maybe the oil needs to get into the system a little bit more and into the nooks and crannies and whatnot, right? And that might take a full warm up and then a little bit of driving, and oil needs to be broken into, right? So in case you guys are in Canada as well, there is a very good spring special right now on the Castrol Edge 020, or actually if you want to buy the that extended care or extended what the heck is it? Anyways, the gold bottle of Castrol Edge. and you can get that one as well. It's both on sale. It's like $15 off or something at Canadian Tire. And there you go. My auto stop start just turned on. This is what a pain in the butt. I forgot to turn that off. Once in a while I forget to turn it off. But anyways, I digress. So the oil is on sale right now. And then if you guys are in Canada, the Canadian Tires have a deal where you are times 5 or times 10 your points, Canadian Tire dollars, right? So basically what you get is an extra, probably about $9 extra of Canadian Tire dollars. And if you spend over $50, basically you get even more, right? So the point is that you get another $9 off there, minus the $15-16 off to begin with, because the oil is on sale, and then Castrol has a $10 Canadian rebate. So you actually have to sign up for that. So the oil was $42 plus tax, and then minus the $10 rebate, and then minus the Canadian Tire dollars, right? So you guys add that up, it's actually a pretty good deal right now. It works out to be probably only $25 for the full 5 liters. So it's a pretty good deal, just so you guys are interested. So I'm gonna go down this hill, and then looks like there's a cop there too, so I should probably turn off the camera just in case. It's mounted, right? But sometimes, who knows, right? That might give me trouble for having a camera mounted, or my phone mounted. You guys hear that ticking? What a pain in the butt, still there. At least I know it's not the oil, right? That I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't, because like I said, I still have about 4 bottles of that stuff, 4 or 5 quart bottles, so a total of 20 quarts of the Kirkland. Although the clicking is there, ticking and clicking, the power is pretty good, right? So here's a pull. Yeah, with that, everything considered, this car is pretty heavy. With that little 1.5 turbo in here, it's not bad anyway. Yeah, that clicking, tapping, still there. I think I'm gonna have to bring it into service. Do you guys hear that? Like, meaning, do you guys ever hear that in your CRV? It's not in the Civic. As you guys know, I have a Civic Sport Touring, and I don't hear it in that 1.5T. It's a 2022. The configuration and the programming is a little different in that car compared to this one. So this is a 2022 Honda CRV, which is the previous generation to the latest one. I'm going up a pretty steep hill right now, so I don't hear the clicking as much. I hear it in the background. I hear the engine and the turbo more than anything else right now, and then obviously the exhaust. But because I hear that, it's in the background. It drives me crazy. So yeah, one of the other YouTubers says it might be the belt pre-tensioner. So that's possible. And then the other possibility is that the valve lifters needs to be adjusted or tightened up. I'm sure you guys can hear anyways, I'm gonna call it that. I'll give you guys more information later on how this Castrol Edge 020 runs full synthetic. I've used Castrol for years and years, back in my Integra and Civic, and I've even done my own oil change on my Toyota 4Runner I had before, and Castrol Edge was usually the go-to one, just because it was always on sale, and that back then it was the Castrol TiCk. Now it's called Castrol Edge, right? Anyways, you guys have a great evening. I will touch base with you guys again later. Please comment, and if you have any questions, let me know. Subscribe, like, and share. I know I've been putting up some different type of videos, so bear with me. I'm just trying to find my stride, and yeah, just give those other videos a chance. I know I'm trying to get some female subscribers too, or watchers, and the percentages are increasing anyway, so that's a good thing. And I will speak to you guys soon, and take care.